everyone, welcome back to my channel Sugar Mama TV. If you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you do. Now this video is actually about my all-time #1 can't live without favorite app, my Blinkist app. If you don't know what Blinkist is, you should check out my previous video where I talk about it. But this video is proudly sponsored by and a collaboration with Blinkist. Recently on my trip to Europe, I was packing my suitcase and I had all my books that I wanted to read whilst I was on holiday. And as I was putting them into the suitcase, I realized the suitcase was getting really heavy and I was wasting valuable space. But then I remembered I could probably find most of those books in my Blinkist app. And I did. And so whilst I was away, I listened to so many amazing books that really hoped to open up my head, open up my heart, and really inspired and motivated me and invigorated me. So for this video, I wanted to share with you in particular the financial books that I listened to whilst on holiday and let you know which ones are my top 5 favorite ones that I highly recommend that you listen to or read through the Blinkist app. Now Blinkist also have very kindly given a special offer exclusively to subscribers on the Sugar Mama channel, so make sure you've subscribed if you haven't already if you want to take up this offer. You can actually try the Blinkist app for free for up to 7 days instead of it only being 1 day. But I have to say my annual subscription to Blinkist has been one of the best investments personally that I've ever made because I get so much value out of it. Alright, #1 book that I listened to, and that was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now I remember when I first read this book, I would have been probably about 18 or 19 years old, and it was a really hard book to read. It took me forever to get through. It was really valuable with lots of key important messages, but it's written in sort of old English language, but not through the Blinkist app. It gives you all the key points, all the juicy bits, so that you get the key messages and can apply it. And essentially Think and Grow Rich is about the importance of having a really strong mindset and attitude and sense of energy and enthusiasm when it comes to improving your financial affairs. I highly recommend it. The second book that I listened to is with Anthony Robbins, and that was called The Money Game. I think I listened to this book rather than reading it, and I found it really satisfying because all the key points he's talking to is so aligned to what I practice and preach in my own personal affairs and on my YouTube channel. So it's brilliant. I really recommend listening to that one. The third book that I recommend listening to, which had heaps of really valuable practical tips and steps to implement quickly and easily, is I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi, I think is how you say it. And he explains what you need to do and why, and you can make lots of notes as you're listening to it, but it's everyday stuff. You don't need to be rich to do this, you don't need to be poor to do this. It's just practical, sensible, wise advice and steps to easily implement. Really valuable. And I have to say that, along with Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, would probably be my top 2 essential readings for financial books, whether you use the Blinkist app or not. It was really valuable. The fourth book that I listened to, which I thought was really great, is called Rule Number 1, and it's by Phil Town. Now this is probably more for the more advanced, sophisticated investor that likes to handpick their individual shares, because in his book he explains to you how to research and analyze different companies and work out whether they belong in your portfolio or not. He's pretty tough in what his criteria is to pick up a stock, and he doesn't take the buy and hold approach that I do, but still there's some really valuable, great points to help you or teach you how to analyze your stocks in your portfolio and how to work out which stocks you want to buy and also which stocks you may want to sell. So it's a great read for the more advanced investor. And then the fifth and final financial book that I recommend through the Blinkist app is actually not a financial book at all. It's more of a lifestyle book, but it's had a profound impact for me in reading it. I think I've actually even listened to it and read it like 3 or 4 times now. And it's called The Year of Living Danishly. It talks about the Danish culture and how they're one of the most happiest countries in the world. That they don't work long hours, that they spend a lot of time in their homes with family and with friends and feeding their brains, like learning lots of different languages. And it's really made me look at the way I'm running my life and that the way I want to build my financial affairs to support this lifestyle. It's actually made such an impact in my life. I've actually started to create a little challenge or lifestyle movement for myself, which I'll be sharing with you in the next month or so on my YouTube channel. But it is a fantastic book that really helps. I think it complements these other 4 financial books. So a great read or a great listen. Now the great thing about the BLINKISE app is it allows you to digest these fantastic books in two different ways. One is audio, and the audio can go from as little as 20 to 30 minutes. So I can be walking the dogs in the park listening to a book. The other option is you can read it. And again, it summarizes it in chapters, up to about 9 chapters, and I can be lying in bed and quickly read a whole entire book as little as 20 to 30 minutes as well. I have never read so many books in such a short period of time since joining BLINKLIST. It's been one of the best investments I've ever made. And because of that, I've actually really expanded the range of books that I read. Books I would never really think about investing my time in, I am able to now because they're so quick and efficient to get through, and I get those key important points and that really valuable advice. So if you're interested in trying out the BLINKISE app, make sure you click on the link in the video description box below with all the details linked there so that you can use that special Sugar Mama subscriber offer. And if you discover other books within the BLINKISE app that you think I should be listening to or reading, please let me know by putting a comment in the comments box below. And I'd also like to let you know, when you guys send me a message saying I recommend this book or I heard about this book or that book, your message does not fall on deaf ears. I immediately add that book to my list of books to read and make sure I read it. So if you have suggestions of books for me to read, please make sure they're coming. Now, one very final important note I would like to make, and that is the $1,000 project is now available on an audio version. And my dream one day is to hopefully have the $1,000 project available through BLINKISE. So if you love the app and you feel like giving BLINKISE some feedback, make sure you suggest that they add the $1,000 project to their list of books that you must read. Alright everyone, thank you for watching, and I will see you next week for more Money Monday, but definitely check out the BLINKISE app. You will not regret it. Ciao for now.